Add skeleton shattering for Exanima already? It's already in there. Maddock hasn't enabled it though. Some jank animations. We need to like move his feet back and then his torso forward. So instead of being like knee forward, he has a better posture while walking. No chat on screen, what? Let's see. Oh, there it is. All right. There we go. Thanks for catching that, Maohao. How's it going? How you doing on this fine Saturday? Move this back to 600, negative 600 millimeters. This one can also go back by 100, so that'd be 350. Whoops. That's positive 350. Positive 350. Let's see if this works. Okay, that's better. It's a bit better. Didn't expect a stream. Grinding some stuff in Exanima, no update, eh? Wait. Now, this isn't for Exanima, unless you mean you're grinding for stuff in Exanima. Can't wait for soon on Monday. Yep. Yep. I'm gonna stop making his jaw open and close. I put in a adjustment to the rotation here that opens and closes his mouth when he's walking, but I don't think it looks that great. What we need to do now is separate like his arms from his legs, the motion from his arms to his legs, because when a human is walking, the energy is transferred from the feet all the way up to basically the top of the head. So that's kind of like a wave of energy. So the feet move and then the arms follow after a delay, or vice versa. No Exanima stream this time? I'll probably stream some Exanima later today. I started really early. I wanted to do some animation work here first though. So uh, Hmm. I think he might be going too far up. So let's go make these more even. So negative 150 millimeters. These are too high. Let's go try doing negative 70 millimeters instead. What are you grinding for, Mahao? Yeah, there we go. That's much better. He's still, he's still kind of leaning pretty heavy into that step. A bit too heavy. So if we start here. This is for personal stuff. Yeah, I'm not allowed to stream anything Path of Excel. Hey, Tackless Tortoise. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Also, the step is pretty wide. Wait, actually, hmm. Yeah, the legs, I feel like they're spread a bit too wide. And then maybe what I can do is actually raise the, let's go bring up our graph editor. Position Y. We want to raise this up. Raise this up by a couple of millimeters. There we go. That's a bit less primitive. And then let's go grab the feet. We want the position Y, or position Z. Wait, this is of the blue? This is left heel. We also want right heel. Where is right heel? Okay, here's right heel. Position Z. All right. Can we shrink these closer to each other? Or do I have to just do it manually? Exceptional / flawless gear, that's the only thing that matters. Ah. It's hard for me to play Exanima and just like grind for like really high-end gear because it's not really like a multiplayer game, so like who's there to like show off to? I guess you could like post in Discord and stuff. But yeah, sounds fun. All right, so I gotta adjust these manually. I want to scoot this closer in. Let's go back to 500 millimeters. 500, and also here 500. And then the same thing here, but just for this point here. All right, let's see. Okay, that's a bit more controlled. We can probably we can elevate the root a bit higher as well. Let's see if I can select it from this view. I think that's root. Yeah, it is. Bring up our graph editor again. Position Y. Let's go bring the whole thing up. We can actually animate it, see how it is. See, if you want like super low, we can do that. So it looks like he's doing some sort of crab shuffle. You can bring it back up for a more humanoid walk. Not too high, otherwise we'll get popping. Oh wait, we're moving the. There you go. We only want to move it up and down. We don't want to move it back and forth. Yeah, that's the IKEA Marcus chair. Yeah, it is. It's a decent chair. I mean, it's cheap. It lasts forever. Pretty comfy. I actually have bought like 2 of these chairs because I had to move once. I gave my old one away. I was like, hey, I might as well just get the same chair. It works. Same with my desk too. My desk is also like a IKEA desk. It's like this black IKEA desk. I forget what it's called. But I bought 3 of those. It might be the Freddy, yeah. It might be that one, yeah. It sounds familiar. Yeah. Okay, let's see what looks good here. That looks the smoothest, I think, around like 120. Yeah, let's go do like exactly 120. That looks good. This is why graph editing for animation is so good. Like you can actually see the results on the fly instead of like selecting each joint, moving it bit by bit. You can really do a bunch of wide sweeping changes to everything in here. Is this Exanima? No, it's not. I'm gonna do some Exanima work after this one though. This is just a personal project. I was entertaining this idea in my mind that I'm good enough to make a game on my own. The answer is I'm not, but I mean you can always try, right? Okay, let's go try doing the front view. Let's try improving the front view a bit more. Is that really how like skeleton legs are like? They're like bent inward like that. I guess they are. I mean, I was using a 3D reference, a 3D model reference for when I was doing the low poly. But it looks really weird now that it's animated. I don't know why that is. Okay, so the first thing I notice is I swing side to side a bit too much. So what's the control for that? I think it's the circle bit here on the z-axis. All right, let's go do like, let's go have it. -5, 5 degrees, and also -5 degrees again. All right, that should have greatly reduced the amount of swaying in the hips. Now we're still getting a bit of sway. Oh, so we're getting like a double sway. That's why we're getting sway from the hip locator as well as the spine locator. So how about let's just erase the spine locator. Just get rid of the 30 degrees there, just so we can simplify it. But why is it rotated on the x-axis? Oh, that's for back and forth. Let's get rid of the back and forth motion as well. And then just put all of that motion into the hips. So we have 5 degrees here. We also want 2 degrees. No, wait, we can't do that. We actually have to have it in the spine. Oh, wow, we also have a side-to-side motion here. We have a lot of different areas of side-to-side motion, which is kind of making his hips very flexible. Yeah. Gotta go. All right, later, Tactless. Same. Bye-bye. All right. Catch you guys later. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. It's a bit better. So now the lower spine and basically these two controls, these two locators. Actually, they actually have names. So lower spine reverse bend. There's also lower spine forward kinetics bend. So maybe I shouldn't mess with that. I'm not sure. I wonder if we should just, let's get rid of the, Z rotation on the hips. What happens if you rotate this bit here? Maybe I should just control it from here instead, because it gives much more, the range of animation, the amount of areas this control animates is much greater. So if we do that, we'll have the side to side. It'll also affect the spine as well. If we use this, What happens when you rotate this control? Okay, we should just be using this one here. We shouldn't be using any of the other controls. Because I want that forward kinetics. Otherwise it's going to be very tedious. These are more for like fine-tuned specific animations, I think. So it's going to look really stiff now. Let's... So that's X. Let's go do 5. -5. And 5 again. We also want a Y transformation. Let's go do 5 here as well. This is probably going to be too exaggerated, but we can tone it down. Okay, the lower body, everything from like the spine down looks okay so far. We need to adjust the top. So when it's like that, I guess we can move it back. Move this to 0. Wait, what was it before? It was 5. Let's go move that to 0. Maybe -5? No, let's go do 0. Let's go 0 this out. Wait, why is there one here? Why is there a control there? We don't need that. Ooh, what's with that? Okay, maybe I should have deleted something that I did. What the heck? Did I accidentally delete a bone or something? Okay, hey Almaco. Have you ever considered adding a channel point system to this channel? Not really. Too busy. Too busy doing stuff to like actually improve the stream a lot more than this. Maybe for later. Okay, what's the I want to see what the weight maps are controlling. I believe this is for the chest, the upper chest area. Why is there a 0 here? Wait, what? Did the chest always look like that? Okay, there's no more popping. But you see how the bones get segmented like that right here? We don't want that. We gotta smooth out the weight groups, the weight map. Let's go to ACS, context. Go back to Modo. How come I have two? How do I get rid of this one? I have two. Oh shoot, they just duplicated. Oh no. I have like a try view now. This is what is a bit confusing about Modo. It's not the most user friendly, so you kind of have to understand how it works. Viewport settings? Can we delete this viewport? I don't need 3 viewports, I just need the one. Delete. There we go. Revert? What does revert do? Detach. No, we don't want detach. Minimize header? Oh shoot. Really screwed myself there, didn't I? I can't delete it anymore. I guess there's always just gonna be 2 viewports here. Confusing. We'll just hide that as much as we can. We gotta figure it out later though. How to delete viewport? Animation. Setup. Let's go back to animate. Actions, none. Let's go change this to texture maybe. Oh wait, default. Oh, we need to select the fine mesh. There we go. Which engine are you using for your personal project? Yes, I am using Unreal Engine. Let's go change the context for ACS to weighting. Wireframe. How come I'm not seeing the map? Ah, there we go. Wireframe. What? We need vertex map. There we go, now it's showing up. Okay, so we need vertex maps to actually see things. It's so hard to select stuff. There we go. We'll select this. We want spine. Open up all the spines. So I guess we want these three here. We need to blend the weight map here so it's not as rigid. I guess we can use smooth to blend these three together. And hopefully it works all right without bugging out, because thinking about oops, whoa. The thing about the vertex map, the weighting system in Modo, I find it can be a little bit finicky at times. Now, while I'm doing this, you guys will notice that the mesh, if you look closely, the mesh underneath will change as I smooth the weight groups, because right now it is, I believe it is in a animated pose. So it's going to try to snap back to its, well, it's not going to try to snap back, but it's going to take the weight map and adjust the mesh accordingly. We can probably smooth this area back here as well, just so the spine isn't as rigid. I wonder if you could be looking into the new Unreal Engine workflows, those nanite micropolygon shenanigans. I could, but part of me feels like it's a bit too advanced for me at the time. At this time, I kind of need to get the basics of game development down before I get into anything more advanced. Like with Unreal Engine, they love showing off their new tech, right? But it takes a while for game developers to actually embrace the new tech and actually like incorporate it into games. And right now, I'm still trying to learn like the basics, the basic fundamentals of game development. And another reason why is I don't see how that technology will help me make a game. All right, let's see if, let's collapse that. Let's go change the context back to animation. Vertex map back to default. Go back to our animation tab. Let's see. If we go to walk, let's see how okay, so we're still getting some pretty gnarly looking deformation. We need to smooth this area a bit more. Back to Modo. Let's go change our actions to none. Let's enter setup mode. We didn't do that last time. It's not a must, but it is good practice to enter setup mode whenever you're making adjustments to the overall rig. The way they portrayed it in the marketing is that it would make it possibly even easier for an artist to produce game-ready assets. I don't have any experience with that at all. It also depends on like what kind of game you want to make. So for this game that I'm working on, it's going to be kind of like a very stylized, uh, low poly. I know like a lot of indie devs, they always go for stylized low poly, right? It's kind of like a trope, but it makes sense. It makes sense if you're only one person working on a game. Ooh, bit of lag. Let's try to smooth it even more. Hopefully that is smooth enough, but I don't know if it is. Exit setup mode. Let's go back to the animation tab. Oof, that's even worse. Why? Why is the animation even worse? Oh, you know what? I think that I know the reason why. It's because maybe the spine here has some control over the tip or something. I'm not sure why that would happen. Whoops. Just grab all of these. Should work. I don't know why it's not. Maybe you should select them one at a time, see if they have any areas that could be fixed. Okay, so this is a bit weird. Look how the chest is affecting this area. We'll scale down this area in particular. It might be overextending a bit here as well. Let's scale down the tip here. So we get a nicer transition. Okay, we are still getting a warp. Oh, you know what? Maybe we gotta figure out what is affecting the tip here, because it might be the arms even. if there's like any contamination from the arms, or maybe even the legs. Hey, empty box? Oh, I threw it away. I don't see any contamination though. Like it's all green here, which is fine. Maybe I need more blue in here. Maybe that's the reason why. So we have this one here and that. How about if we grab this and then we scale up? Paint. Let's go do offset like 20%. Oops. Maybe if there's more control with the spine 3, we'll have less shenanigans going on here. Okay, it seems to be a bit better. We may actually want to extend it even farther. So it does deform, but it doesn't deform as much. So we'll just do something like that. Okay, that's much better. It does deform a little bit, but it doesn't deform as much as before. Maybe we should extend it to the tip as well. Just the tip. Yeah, we've got to get that small vertex down at the bottom here. That's better. These two ribs, they move a lot though. Notice that? It's like he's flexing his pecs. Uh, let's do the same thing up here as we did below. Or maybe we can grab the chest instead and then we'll paint down here. I think I'll do that instead. We don't want one bone controlling too much. It won't look good that way. Oh wait. Let's go to setup mode. Whoops. Just give it a bit more control down here. And maybe we'll smooth this area out as well. That looks quite rigid. It's gonna look weird. Same up here with the neck. While I'm painting this, it's also subtracting weight information from the next bone up. So the next bone up would be the neck somewhere here. If I can find it. Let's go collapse the shoulders. Here we go, the neck. So it's also subtracting from the neck as I paint. If you guys a weight map, it can only be 100%. You can't have more than 100%. So while you're painting from one area, you're also subtracting from another. Let's go smooth this down as well. Okay, that looks much better. These upper ribs do flex quite a bit, but now that's all smoothed out, it looks natural. As before, like, it was just these two up here that were moving. It could be more improved as well. It could be a little bit more improved. We could paint some more on the lower ribs here. I think I'll do that actually. So you want more weighting information. Now, oops, don't want to get the back ribs. Grab that. There we go. Now we have a much smoother transition between the ribs. Let's go change it back to animate and then save it. Gonna have to, whenever I do like file related stuff, I have to turn off the display for a second. Yes, this is window capture. Well, not window. It's display capture. So you might be able to see my files if I save it. All right, that's saved. We're back. What else does this need? It's still looking like Morrowind. Morrowind animations. You know how when you like load into Satanin and all the villagers are moving like, you know. It's because of the arms and the shoulders. They aren't adapting to the shifting of weight and all that. Morrowind doesn't even have skinned models. Wait, you mean like textured models or? Let's go lower that to, how about -30? They have body parts that just clip through. I need like some inverse kinetics here for the upper body. I mean, I do. The rig comes with inverse kinetics. It's just that I need like something to. I need something to adapt. What's that? -4. So this should be 4. And then over here is also a -4. Because when you're walking, humans and a lot of other, basically, I guess like all vertebrates, like to keep their heads still while they're walking because it really helps your eyesight. Wait, why is it so long? Wait, what? Hold on. Waiting for idle, is that? Oh, that was a quick save, okay. It's like wondering, why is it so laggy? Okay, that's much better. I don't have that weird swaying. We get the lower, we get the hips and the lower back swaying back and forth a bit, but everything from the shoulders up is staying relatively still, which is what we want, because that's how it is in real life. And at some point, we're going to separate the upper torso from the movement of the lower legs, so it's going to be, we're going to take it out of sync, so it's not as in sync. I feel like we can increase the speed when Scully moves his foot forward. It could be faster than moving it back, because when you're moving your foot forward, there's less resistance from moving your leg through the air than there is resistance pushing your leg along the ground, which propels you forward. So we can make the movement of the leg moving forward faster. So we'll grab this, palettes, graph editor. We want the position Z. We want the position Z to move forward faster from between frames 0 to 24, but then like the same speed here, that's fine. So I guess we can break. We want the slope. Let's go break this. Instead of smooth, flat out, let's go do linear out. That might be a bit faster. Let's see how that works. Okay, so it is a bit faster moving forward, but it could be even faster. So just like move this over here. Okay, he's accelerating the foot much faster, but that might be a bit too fast. Let's go do linear out. I think that could be good. Actually, let's go unify, break, smooth, flat. Wait, what? Can we reset the slope? Oh, okay, so that is linear out, right? Same with the other leg, position Z. Okay, from 25, 24 to 48. We want linear out. So now the speed should be faster. I don't like how there's like a pause in between there and like rotating down. Hmm. Let's try to figure things out here. We need like an X rotation. Let's go do 4. 4 here. It's going to make it a bit rocky. Yeah, just like small tweaks here and there. We'll get this animation done eventually. Let's go turn off the context. Hmm. Okay, so that's better. We'll try to do the same thing on the other foot for rotation X. I'm just trying to smooth out the step. Oops, don't want that. It's just a bit much. Oh, um, what could help? I feel like this is rotated up too far in the beginning. So if we do 15 degrees, maybe? Whoa, wait, negative 15. I think negative 15 would look better than negative 22. Now he isn't raising his foot up, his toes up so high. This is more natural. I feel like his legs need to be moved back again. Let's go try 300 millimeters. I guess the back leg is okay. He's going up and down too much again. That means on the y-axis here, let's go open our graph editor for this. Actually, no, okay, graph editor. It's gonna say maybe we should just do it manually, but let's go grab these here. And can we make this graph editor smaller? Just so I can see the skeleton. Oops. Okay. Let's go move these up. Smooth out the walk a lot. Okay, that looks good. Now he's rotating forward and backwards a bit too much as well. So I believe that was the lower spine. It's one of these. Yeah. Let's go rotation X. Wait. Grab these, I guess. Let's try 1 degree. We can rotate his head a little bit as well. Rotation Z. Let's go do that on the graph editor. I don't need that. Whenever there's like stuff we don't need, we can just delete them. For some reason there's like a key there that we didn't need. Why is it so high on... We have -1 and then... Wait, why is it always -1? Am I looking at the wrong value here? Okay, so that's 1. And then that's probably -1, right? What? Why does it still say 1 here? What is going on? So that's -1. And this is 1. Okay. It's just like the number isn't updating. Let's try -1.5. Looks a bit more lively that way. Oh, you know, with the legs, there's also a side-to-side rotation. So you don't just move your legs forward and back. You don't like doggy paddle with your legs. Um, you move one foot forward, and then when you're moving your other foot forward, it goes around that foot, and then actually kind of um, it does like an orbit around your leading foot. So instead of going straight ahead, and instead of this foot being just dead ahead as well, you'd also have an X factor in here. So let's do 70 for now. Should be negative 70. Oh wait, when the foot is back, it also has to be negative 70, but then when it's in the pass-through phase, we want it to rotate outwards and around the foot. So we want this to also be negative 70, or 70. And here we want these two positions to be negative 70. But then once we're here, where the feet pass each other, we want to make sure there's enough clearance. So this would be like, let's go try negative 30. How come this pass-through looks different from this one here? And by a lot as well. What? There we go. I'm like wondering what is going on. This one too. Want to unkey that. Okay. You should really like unkey all of the zeros, honestly. Gotta be careful what we unkey though. For here, we need to do 30. Here, 30 millimeters. Okay, now let's see how this looks. The front. The feet should be moving directly backwards, which they are, and then the feet will rotate around to make room for the leading foot. If you look for them from the bottom, we could have a bit more of an orbit. This is pretty narrow, so from here, we could knock this all the way back to 0 if we wanted to, actually. Here, we can do 0. And then we want the curve. We want a curve to start off strong, kind of like a D shape. But not like a perfect D, more of like a bow, if that even makes any sense. It gets more and more complex the more in depth you want to create this, the more realistic you want the animation to be. So graph editor, let's smooth out our graph. It's a bit crazy. So you want position X, I believe, and then from 0 to, so that's passing. And then what if we just broke our slopes and then linear out here? Yeah, we'll do that for each side. So it's a much cleaner slope. Same for this one, position X. You'll break both of these slopes. This one is linear out. This one should be linear in. Oh, wait. Did I not break this one? What? Oh, there we go. When the foot is forward, we want this to be rotated back to 0. You want your toes facing forward, but then once it's in the back, it can be bent outwards a bit. Same here. They're stepping in a bit too much. So let's go move the X to, let's do like, let's go do 20. Whoops. Wait, that used to be 70, didn't it? Yeah, let's go change it back to 70. And then we'll move it out to, yeah, I guess like 40 is good. 70 is a bit much. Much better. I think he's rotating his shoulders a bit too much as well. We can probably get a better view from the top. Yeah, this would be a bit better for like a running animation. The amount of movement his shoulders are doing is a bit excessive for a walking animation, I think. So that would be rotation Z. We don't need that. So we go from 0. Wait, rotation Z. We go from -16 to +16? Yeah, what's up? Hi, are you watching something scary again? No? You're just bored. You want to say hi to stream? No? She doesn't want to say hi to stream. Okay, this might be easier. Just like do it here. -16. Why is it always 16 here? -16. +16. Okay, let's go change this to 8. Wait, this is -8. Change this to 8. -8 again. For here, we can just get rid of graph editor. We don't need any of the keys there. And for some reason, we still have keys there. Why? Why, oh, why do we have keys there? Okay. That's better. Well, this is almost, I'd say this is kind of almost ready to start doing some more refinements and detach the movement from the arm movement from the leg movement. We can do the same thing that we did with the legs, with the arms, because the arms kind of move like your legs actually, but they're just hovering in air. They don't actually make contact with the ground unless you have really long arms. But but the movement is actually kind of similar if you think about it. Like the arms move back and forth, but they also move outwards once they're at the side to make room for your body. So you have like that bow shaped. You want to, we might actually want to put that in there because we don't have it yet. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna go take a break. We'll be back for some Exanima work. So I'm gonna go AFK for a bit. I'll be right back.